We're Ula and Josh, and we swapped the conventional four walls of our home by the sea for the adventure of living on a 60-foot narrowboat. Join us as we slow down and settle into our new life, travelling by water through the British countryside.
Arrivederci.
See you in a bit.
Take care, my love. Have a good one.
Bye.
She's nuts, isn't she?
So I've left Josh in the van. I'm off on my little solo adventure with my cup of tea. So great being able to make cups of tea on the go like that. Now we've parked down another side street so that Josh can have a nap in the van. Otherwise it's going to be a lay-by on that main road, which would be very loud. So I'm going to attempt to make my way there. Hopefully we'll find it. This should be pretty cool because this sacred site is incredible. It looks incredible. So I'm very excited to see it today. I can't believe Josh is missing out. And I think it's actually quite far. But I've got my cup of tea, so I'm all set. I'm not sure you're going to hear me over all this wind because there is actually, I think I mentioned before, a storm rolling in. But one of the things I just absolutely love about us living on a boat and the continually moving through different landscapes is the opportunity to discover different parts of England that we wouldn't necessarily come to on a regular basis because we'd be living in one spot. So we have actually been in Wiltshire for some months now because of winter and the closures, adjusting to boat life. And we've been meaning to visit a lot of these sacred sites for such a long time. We've been to Avebury before, but not to West Kennet Long Barrow, East Kennet Long Barrow, Silbury Hill. So yeah, it's amazing to be out in this landscape. Definitely really feel the energy in this site, and seeing as I'm completely alone here at the moment, I'm gonna turn the camera off for a bit and really absorb it and take it all in before other people arrive because it's incredible in there, and then I'll show you guys around a bit more. Quite beautiful, look at that. You can get a sense of why this was built here over 5,000 years ago and why 50 people were laid to rest in this space. It's just beautiful. For as long as I can remember, I've been completely fascinated by and drawn to these incredible sacred sites that we have here in the UK. Having grown up in Australia and having left England by the age of 9, as I grew into adulthood, I really started to feel the draw to come back to the UK and would come on trips and visit these sacred sites, and there's just something so incredible about these places where these tombs, these stone circles, these burial mounds have been created. Something really gorgeous about walking in the footsteps of our ancestors, the people that lived here 5,000-6,000 years ago, and the way they went about doing things, the way that they built these spaces to pay respect to their family members, to their people, to their community, and the way that they laid people to rest and would visit them and bring offerings and perform ritual and ceremony. It's just such a beautiful way of living. Yeah, and now to step into this space and to feel the energy of those people that were laid to rest here thousands of years ago, and again was frequented by the local community of farmers and peoples that lived on this land for thousands of years, for generations. It's really quite special, and I feel so privileged to have these places here, and especially now on our doorstep, now that we're travelling the UK by boat. It's very special indeed, and I feel very, very privileged to be here today. Magical treat that was. It's a shame Josh missed that one. But we live locally at the moment, so you can come back. And I wouldn't mind coming back, it's beautiful here. But that storm really feels like it's rolling in now, so time to head back to the camper and go back to the boat. Right where I left him, just before the rain starts. There he is!
I've just woken up.
Yes, I'm glad you did. That's so good, you had a nap. A nap with a view. Well, your eyes were closed, but look where you are. Lovely.
How was it?
Amazing. I'll tell you about it in the car. Hail on the floor of our bow. Middle of April, hey, in England. We are currently experiencing our first thunderstorm in the boat. This is nuts. It's hailing. It's the middle of April, first off. Proper springtime weather here in the UK. Thunder, lightning, hail, and the boat is shaking every so often. Quite nuts. I mean, look outside. All of the white that you see there is hail. Josh just looked up online. The best thing to do living on a narrowboat when there's a thunderstorm is to not touch anything metal. Oh my gosh, look.
Look at the size of them.
Yeah, Josh just read online to not touch anything metal, and of course so much of our boat is metal, the exterior, so that means we can't leave, which we're not going to do anyway because it's a proper thunderstorm. Everything is metal, like our rails, our windows. Crazy times, hey? Boat life. Proper adventure. So don't go anywhere, Jay.
Good, because I'm exhausted. Feels cool to be so exposed, doesn't it?
Does it?
Well, yeah, because when you're in a house, you don't necessarily hear it as much as this, do you? So being inside this steel tube and these ridiculously massive hailstones, we've definitely chose our time to start our experience in a boat, right? Bloody mushroom vents are dripping. It stopped, look, you can see it. It's not that bad now.
It's dripping a lot before.
Oh, it's like somebody just poured a tap down it for some reason.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Lovely. Leaky boat.
Oh, I think everyone's mushroom vents do that, don't they?
Everything's leaking.
I mean, I'm happy with how the boat held out through that storm, I'm not going to lie.
I don't think that's the end of it, buddy.
Oh yeah.
It's quiet for now, but I bet it's coming back.
It's only England, isn't it? The next day after the storm cleared, we got stuck into some more DIY. We started the first step of restoring our swan hatches by giving them a good round of sealant. Next, we were back in the bedroom, filling the screw holes in our new wooden shelving, and gave both of our new shelving areas a few licks of paint, ready to fill up with all of our stuff. What do you think of that? Today's the day, guys. This is when we upgrade our whole electrical system.
They're not the lightest batteries, so we're grabbing the trolley to make the journey of taking them to the boat that little bit easier.
This feels like Christmas, you know. You ready?
Yeah. Woo!
No, I'm not actually joking. These are seriously heavy. Oh. Go on, big boys.
Oh.
We'll come back to the other one.
I think that's wise. Off he goes.
Trying to avoid all the mud. So guys, just to put it in perspective, we currently have 3 80 amp hour batteries. So obviously 8, 16, 240 total.
Which are really kaput right now.
That's the thing, they're not in good health at all. These bad boys are 320 amp hours each, obviously giving us a total of 640 amp hours of lithium power. This is lithium magic. Nice one, Roma. We did do our research on different types of batteries, and the reason why we went for these ones are because of the nature of our jobs and the electrical draw that we're taking out of these batteries. We decided that these Roma lithium batteries were actually the way forward for us. They're going to be the best fit.
The other reason that we went with Roma is because they are a UK based company, and it's always really important to support local business. So we've done quite a lot of rearranging recently. Our lithium batteries are quite large. They're going to be a massive upgrade for us, obviously in terms of power, but they're obviously needing to take up a bit of space because of how much power we're going to be getting from them, which is really exciting, but it also means we have to create some space. So we've basically essentially taken everything out of this bench area. So we have this storage area here packed to the brim full of all kinds of stuff, and we've emptied that to see if we're going to be able to fit 2 of them in there. So we'll check that with Lee when he gets here. We've also emptied this area here, which is where we normally store all of our coats and random stuff again. We may need to build a shelf in this area to be able to store one of the batteries on, but we'll see again when Lee gets here what he thinks is the best location for them. We really haven't forward thought this situation, so we're just going to sort of wing it and go by his professional advice. It has to be around here because this is where all of our main terminal, everything electric wise is in this area. This is going to be a pretty cool day. What do you think?
I think so.
Oh, can't wait. I'm really excited
for it.
It's going to be such a game changer for us.
Can't really imagine being able to use that type of electricity that we want to use, i.e. a fridge, charge your laptop up easy without turning the engine on. I can't imagine that.
I know.
Because this is all we've known. We've
been waiting such a long time for this moment. And as you guys may know by now, I mean, prior to making our YouTube videos, I've actually been a photographer and a videographer for over a decade. So this is going to be such a big relief for me because we're constantly having to run the engine. So Roma batteries, they're going to be just so incredible for us.
What are you thinking? Are you literally thinking how you're going to get these on the boat?
They're so heavy. We might have to rearrange our ballasts to be able to compensate for the fact that these are going to be on one side of the boat.
All at the back, wheeling away down the canal.
I know, because whenever we have a full tank of diesel and we have like no water at the front, we're already doing a wheelie as we're going down the canal.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Are you going to put your back into it then?
I'm not sure, they're so heavy.
Go on, get in the bed. You got it. Oh.
No, we've already unpacked this one. As soon as it's in the boat, we were checking for the size to see if it's going to fit in the bench that we showed you guys before.
But that one is still absolutely
Oh, that one's still in
filled
there.
with a battery. Come on, actually try and lift one though.
Oh, I can, but I don't know if I can move.
It's a big boy, eh?
Leave this here for now. We'll just leave it here for now.
I'll take it in. Come on, let's get him in and see what space we're working with. Because I've got a feeling these are some big boys, aren't they? Let's see where those heavy buggers can go. Actually, take this off. So yeah, luckily we have this bench seat here.
You reckon it's going to fit in there? All right, we've managed to unpack one of them.
Super handy that it comes with these.
Lots of power right there. I think we can probably fit 2 side by side in here.
Yeah, we did say, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to need to do.
And then maybe slow time we can make a shelf over them so we can still use it as storage. Is that what you're thinking?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. All right, buddy. You've got this. Oh, look at that. 2 alongside one another, and then we've still got a bit of height on top, so if we can build a shelf, if that's safe to do, we will still have a teeny bit of storage left. Hopefully.
Storage is key, isn't it, on this little boat?
Hey!
Hey!
Good morning, guys.
Good morning!
Morning! It was literally, we put one in there and we was thinking we can put the other one in parallel there.
I should have enough cable because obviously I've spent the cable coming through that one. We should be fine. The thing is, these are truck battery size. They're what they call D footprint.
Right.
Your normal ones you've got in there are type Group 31, and they're tiny in comparison. They're still big batteries, but they're tiny in comparison.
But these have got some big power, so we're going to be set. What are we going to get started on first, guys?
Right, we get the batteries in, and then we'll start getting the cable in.
Yeah.
Get some of this round here ripped out that doesn't need to be in here.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Obviously that does mean you're going to lose your inverter capabilities for
That's all right.
and then we'll start getting the bits put into place.
Yeah.
Spot on, yeah.
And work from there.
Got you. That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yep.
All right, before you go, we just want to say, okay, everybody, we want to do a big shout out to our lovely new electrician. This man is epic. He's been with us since the start. We started speaking to him 4 months ago, and he's been with us.
Patience of him.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And the stupid questions we've asked him as well.
Yeah, an absolute legend. Thank you, Lee.
He's made us understand the system, and really appreciate it, and obviously had the patience to explain it all. So
yeah,
nice one, buddy.
No, we'll get it all in and working properly.
Of course, before we start cracking on with work, let's get a cup of tea.
Oh wow.
Look at the thickness on that.
This is a serious setup, Lee. Amazing. I don't know if it's the right strength for you. You're gonna have to tell
It'll
me.
be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Got a coffee drinker on board.
Yeah, I know. We
It's
did.
usually tea around here, Lee. It's absolutely great having Lee here because he's obviously super knowledgeable when it comes to electrics. And when we're looking at this area that we have by the front door, we have absolutely no idea what the majority of half of these things do. Of course, we understand what the inverter is, but the rest we're sort of looking at and going, whoa, what does any of that mean? And so we've just had a little bit of a chat, and he said that our new Victron Multiplus inverter is literally going to replace this and this. We're not going to need this anymore. Sorry, I can't tell you what all of this means, but so hopefully we'll be able to fit our new inverter in this space to fit alongside all the other controls that we have, and that we've got enough cabling to take the batteries from here all the way through to where the main hub terminal is going to be. Look at this. It's a proper setup day here. I'm so pleased that we managed to get the hard standing. If we hadn't have had a hard standing, this job would have been so tricky.
That's cool. Look at that spot. It was made for the batteries.
It really was, wasn't it?
Nothing else, but made for the batteries.
No, we'll be able to get a little shelf on the top like Lee said, and then we can at least put a few small things back in there.
Hope so. Lovely.
So this essentially is just protecting.
It's mechanical protection, basically, yeah. So if something hard and sharp was to drop onto the cables, there's no chance of actually cutting through the insulation and shorting them out.
Ah, so it's good old protection.
Yeah.
You're out there, buddy. What are you doing? Making yourself useful.
Exactly.
Fixing our dodgy fender.
Yeah, there's no I mean, there's no saving.
You look like you're having fun there. Look at that. Hold on to the tiller around.
I was trying to.
You're just filming to watch for the splash again, aren't you?
I know. So just waiting for him to fall in backwards.
I just had a shower yesterday. It had been wasted.
I should set this down here just in case we can catch it on camera.
No. You might entice me.
Little refreshing dip on a Monday morning.
So everything has to come into this power in box. What did you call it?
I'm using it as a power distribution.
Power distribution.
That's what that bit there is. That's that. Oh, that's that blue box that was there before. That's just the internal of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, look at this. It's looking very exciting now with all this wiring. So this week is a week of proper upgrades. As you know, we're doing our electrics and we're going to be doing solar with Lee as well. We've also upgraded our fridge. So we've currently got this one, which is a 230, 240 volt. I never remember which one that is. But we've got a 12 volt fridge in the van, which we're going to go and get now, I think. Plus it's an even nicer colour, which this black one isn't really our style. So
it's not our cup of tea, is it?
Yeah, it's not our cup of tea. So let's install that. We've got Lee here to reassure us that we're doing it all correctly, but I mean, how hard can it be to install a 12 volt fridge?
I was just curious.
Oh, it's coming out.
A few spiders, though.
Ooh.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. It's time to get this new fridge.
There she is. Oh, and he's off.
You'll have to close. Oh, have you got the van keys out my bum?
Oh, that's a nice bump. They're not there.
No.
Have I? I've got them. Oh, he's a good one, isn't he? Look at him go. He's giving our fridge a big hug.
Oh yeah. Is it? Oh.
Oh yeah, look at that.
All right.
So should we put the old one in the van and get the new one in the boat?
Old one's for sale, guys, if anyone wants it. Just saying.
And Lee is figuring out all the cables that need to be removed that are no longer going to serve us.
Okay.
Oh. One cable.
There's about 10 bloody cables down there and he put his hand blindly on one. Bang, got it.
He knows his stuff. We are making some really good progress today. So we are about to, Lee is about to pop on the inverter, hopefully. We've got the right cable, I think we do, yeah.
We need some Arctic cable.
So we should be good to go. So now we're grabbing our brand new shiny inverter, also from Roma batteries. Oh yeah, keys in my pocket.
Try to do that inconspicuously whilst you were talking. Sorry about that. It's a lot bigger, but...
Yeah, this inverter is going to mean that we can run everything.
Everything that we need to, yeah, not everything.
Everything that we need.
Exactly.
It's the Victron Multi Plus. Ooh, there she is.
Yeah, we'll take this bad boy home and
hopefully get it linked up, or at least out of the box and hopefully onto the wall.
Yeah, buddy.
Special delivery.
So what is it again? It's I can't remember. Victron Multi Plus.
Hopefully it's a 12-3120.
It is.
Okay, Lee knows.
12 volt, 3000.
120 amp.
What's the 3000?
3000 VA.
What's VA?
Voltage amps is what it stands for. It's an AC version of wattage, but it takes into account something called power factor correction.
Okay. So I wouldn't have done that justice whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'd have just said VA.
But basically it's going to help us power everything that we need on our boat.
Yep.
That is
basically the layman's terms when you're not a professional, which we obviously are not. Right, let's open him up.
I'm actually going to put this on the floor. I'm going to be sensible for once. The numbers match what you said. Brilliant. Good morning, guys. So yesterday was really full on but super productive. We got a lot done. I'll come and show you. So we managed to get the batteries in. We've got these all hooked up. We've got the cabling run round. Lee's managed to mount our big inverter onto the wall, which is brilliant stuff. Basically it needs to be finished to be wired off and programmed in. And then we can make a big start on the solar panels. And check this out too.
So I'm just going to get on to making Lee's coffee. He's a bit more of a coffee drinker than a tea drinker, so coffee it is. Oh, whoops. You are a lovely man. I'm going to put that there for you. Let me know if you want a chocolate biscuit.
That might be tempting.
Hey, I like your style. Alright, there you go, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Any more where that came from too. So I've just been busying away on the laptop, and I spoke to Lee before and I was like, oh, I think my battery on my laptop's running really low, and I've been writing loads, getting emails done and stuff, and he's just come in and given me some amazing news. We have 230 volts because the legend that is Lee, our amazing electrician, has sorted it. So what's happened, Lee? How did you work your magic? So that's basically, I guess everything's just linked up now.
All that side on the 230 volt is now linked up. Inverter is now switched on. I'm now going to start moving your domestic supplies and your solar charger over. And actually the last thing that's going to get connected, believe it or not, is the battery charger, which was what I was intended on doing earlier.
Yeah, well, that's so cool.
It's just all moved slightly differently.
Hey, that's the thing, is things just, they change as the day evolves. And now I can charge the laptop a bit. Can I keep it on?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's it for now?
Yeah, we need to get the app for the batteries to work out what state the batteries are in.
Yeah, so we can see how much charge we've actually got. Yeah, so from now on, we used to have a little smart gauge up there, which you guys have seen probably in previous vlogs, and we've actually, we're going to be checking our voltage and how much battery we actually have from our phones now. We're going to download an app, so we're going to be able to see it in real time, which is the way that Lee checks his batteries, and he knows best, so we're going to go with what he does. And also, I think it comes with Roamer batteries, doesn't it? They have their own app, so we'll be downloading the Roamer app, and it should all be on there and easy to use, which is super cool. Tell me what you got, sorry, Josh?
Well, I went food shopping, and obviously I came back with something that's not food, so random.
Oh, that looks lovely. That can brighten up the outside of our rusty boat.
Hopefully the wind doesn't batter it today.
The next step now is for Lee to disconnect our old lead acid batteries. It's absolutely freezing and really windy outside, but he's in the engine bay getting them undone and removing all the excess wiring that we no longer need, that no longer serves the boat. So we don't have all this excess stuff that we don't know what it belongs to or what it serves. He's taking it all out. So it's starting to get to the point where we're going to properly understand what we're dealing with when we look at our electrical setup. Our batteries are charging. We are properly flying now with some real power. My laptop was nearly dead and it's been plugged in for like 15 minutes and it's fully charged, which is insane.
Thank you so much for joining us on our adventures this week. It's your support that makes it all possible. We really appreciate you. And thank you to everybody who kept us going with the coffees. Wow, what a big week it's been. Honestly, it's been full on, but really cool. We've made a lot of progress. Definitely been worth it, hasn't it?
Definitely. I mean, we've still got more coming up. We've got solar to install. We're going to be getting the boat blacked in the coming weeks. It's not going to ease up just yet. But don't worry, we've not forgotten the Q&A. We're going to be filming that this week. So make sure that you tune in next time when we're going to be answering all of your questions.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be exciting and really revealing, actually. I think it's definitely time.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fun questions in there too. So we really hope that you'll tune in for that. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell button so you're notified when we release that video. We're really happy to have you guys along with us for this fun, exciting new adventure.
Super cool. Thank you very much, guys.
Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.